Life as we know it is based on carbon chemistry. But how did carbon become the foundation of life on Earth? And could life exist elsewhere in the universe, based on different chemistry? Animation of the formation of the universe, showing the early stages of star formation. The universe began with the Big Bang, which created hydrogen and helium. But it wasn't until the first stars formed that heavier elements were produced. Animation of a star forming, with elements being produced in its core. Inside stars, fusion reactions combine lighter elements to form heavier ones. This process creates elements like carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Animation of a star exploding in a supernova, scattering its elements into space. When a star explodes in a supernova, it releases these elements into space. They become the building blocks for new stars and planets. Animation of a planet forming from a cloud of gas and dust. On Earth, these elements combine to form the molecules necessary for life. Carbon, in particular, is the backbone of many biological molecules, like DNA and proteins. Animation of a DNA molecule. But could life exist elsewhere in the universe, based on different chemistry? It's possible. Silicon, for example, has similar chemical properties to carbon and could potentially form the basis of life. Animation of a silicon-based life form. However, we have yet to discover any evidence of life based on anything other than carbon. So for now, carbon remains the foundation of life as we know it. Water is essential for life on Earth. It's a solvent. This allows biological molecules to interact and react with each other. But why is water so important, and can life exist without it? Animation of a water molecule. Water is a polar molecule, meaning it has a positive and negative end. This allows it to dissolve other polar molecules, like sugars and amino acids. Animation of a sugar molecule dissolving in water. Water also has a high specific heat, meaning it can absorb and release a lot of heat without changing temperature. This helps regulate the temperature of living organisms. Animation of a fish swimming in water. But could life exist without water? It's possible. Some scientists have proposed that life could exist in the subsurface oceans of icy moons like Europa and Enceladus. Animation of a subsurface ocean on Europa. These oceans are believed to be kept liquid by the tidal forces of their host planets, and they could potentially contain the necessary ingredients for life, like organic molecules and a source of energy. Animation of a hydrothermal vent on the ocean floor. Hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor could provide the energy needed for life to thrive in these environments. Animation of a hypothetical alien organism in a subsurface ocean. So while water is essential for life as we know it, it's possible that life could exist in other environments based on different chemistry and without water. The search for life beyond Earth is one of the most exciting and challenging endeavors in science. But how do we go about finding life in the vast expanse of the universe? Animation of the Milky Way galaxy. One approach is to look for planets in the habitable zone of their host stars. This is the region where temperatures are just right for liquid water to exist on the surface. Animation of a planet in the habitable zone. The Kepler Space Telescope has discovered thousands of exoplanets, including many in the habitable zone. Animation of the Kepler Space Telescope. But finding a planet in the habitable zone is just the first step. We also need to determine if it has an atmosphere and if that atmosphere contains the chemical signatures of life. Animation of a planet with an atmosphere. One way to do this is to look for biosignatures, which are molecules that are produced by life and can be detected in an atmosphere. Animation of a biosignature molecule. For example, oxygen is a biosignature because it's produced by photosynthesis, a process that requires life. Animation of a plant undergoing photosynthesis. But there are also non-biological processes that can produce oxygen, so we need to look for other biosignatures as well. Animation of a hypothetical alien planet with a biosignature in its atmosphere. The search for life beyond Earth is a complex and challenging endeavor, but with new telescopes and technology, we're getting closer to answering one of the biggest questions in science: are we alone in the universe?